Yo, I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide ties grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means. Dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means. Yeah, you know what it means. You know what it means.
Yo, 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 getting up into the session now. Took a little bit for it to come up. Getting over there now. Looks like we got 21 cars at Port Royal. Getting ready to jump into race number 1, Big Block Modifieds at Port Royal. Both races tonight are Port Royal. What's up, Karen?
Monday nights here, the engines ignite. Modifieds lined up under bright track lights. Slide jobs flying, throttle down tight.
Getting in there. Sorry, it's a little bit slow tonight. Opener, new season. Always does this to us.
Damien Wolf chasing fire in his eyes. Kenny Kudney's holding that outside line. Caleb Durgan's waiting for his perfect time. Feel the roar, feel the rush, dirt and grit. Every
I see some old school names up in here. I see Kuta, Goffmanis. I see Boniface out here. Definitely a few people up in here. Let's go ahead and pull up the screen for you guys as they are out on the track waiting for Trading Paints to go ahead and catch up. Aiden Hervey at the top of the charts right now in the number 13 machine. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? I don't know if you guys seen the post over on, I put the post everywhere. We're going to be doing some changes here. I was told there was Rex here, right? I'm only live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. We've been having some issues with the CPU with the new update, so streaming on a few less channels, just seeing how that's going to work tonight. We do have some changes coming on the channel where we are going to start concentrating on more IRL stuff. We will see what the channel forms into moving forward, but make sure you guys go subscribe to all the channels as we see Herbie and looks like Damian Ward right there battling it out on the track as practice is going to come to an end pretty quickly here. About 3 seconds left to practice, and we are going to jump into qualifying here tonight. 21 cars, only 18 spots available, so we will be sending home 3 drivers here tonight. Glenn Choppa and Ragin' Ray. Well, Ray doesn't look like he got an actual lap in. What's up, Justin? Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, man, at Port Concrete as we get ready here for qualifying. So we are going to keep the openers open for now. We are going to continue to run the big blocks and the supers moving forward, at least for now. We'll see if things tend to change. We are going to start concentrating on, trying to mold a little bit of a podcast, video cast thing for some IRL racing. We'll see how that transpires as we got Brandon Barnhart out on the track right now in that 101 machine. Go Damian Ward, says Larry. What's up, Larry? Yeah, I'm not over on TikTok tonight. Just Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So Barnhart out on the track. Let's see what kind of lap time he's going to put down as we work season 2, race number 1 here tonight. Port Royal could go a bunch of different ways. Go E-Bill, says Karen. What up, what up, what up? Curtis Griffin going to put the first lap down with an 18.891. But Barnhart going to go to the top of the charts with an 8.34. So Brandon Barnhart to the top of the charts. We got Jim Boniface. That's a name we don't see very often in the big block openers in the number 213. Good to see him out there as Curtis Griffin goes to the top of the charts with an 18.806. Curtis Griffin to the top of the charts. Boniface going to go out there lap number 1 with an 18.942. Currently going to put him 4th quickest as Tyler Hampton goes to the top of the charts with an 18.799. Definitely some names I don't recognize in here. It is a 6K SOF. Speaking of names I do recognize, there is Caleb Durgan in the number 17 machine. Caleb Durgan, quick time with an 18.652. He's going to be 1/10 of a second quicker than Matthews. Aiden Hervey going to go second quick with an 18.734. Let's see. We got E-Bill out on the track right now. Damian Ward, 8th quickest. What's up, Braden? Yeah, I know, Braden. I'm not over on TikTok. All right, so E-Bill going to start lap number 1 as Drew Alton goes second quick. Finished his last season hot. He's looking to start the same for this season with an 18.693. Let's see what E-Bill gets as he comes out of turn number 4. E-Bill across the line. He's going to go 6th quick with an 18.774. Caleb Durgan walking away with the quick time here tonight. We are going to get ready here for heat race number 1 as they're going to go ahead and line them up. Top 7 transfer. Everybody else off to the LCQ. Let's go ahead and pull up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 19, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Outside of him, in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside, row number 3, in the 304, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him, in the 101, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 35 machine. He's going to be looking to find some speed here tonight. Knocking off some of that rust. It's going to be Ryan Kuta. Outside of him in the 213, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 2 machine, it is going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Glenn Chapa. Then rounding out the field in that number 916, needing little introduction over here, it is going to be Nick Brundage. Getting ready here for heat race number 1, going to be 8 laps as these guys get ready to roll off. Caleb Durgan has finally gridded up as they look for turn number 1 and 2 here in just a second. Let me know out there in the chat who's your favorite here for heat race number 1. The track has had a little bit of pre-gen on here. It could be multiple lanes. We could see a little bit of passing. Does Ben Jolly have any, or sorry, yeah, Ben Jolly have anything for Caleb Durgan here tonight in that number 19 machine? Pace laps here. Hopefully we don't get a lot of cautions because they are a bit brutal. Big track here. They are rolling at about 40-ish miles per hour under pacing. As Durgan leads the field, Ben Jolly up on that high side in the 19J. Looking to steal the win away here in heat race number 1 as they are going to get the 1 to go at the line this time by. One to go. All right. Heat race number 1 getting ready to set off. Caleb Durgan in that number 17 will be leading the field here tonight in heat race number 1. He didn't run a lot last season. Will he run the full season this season? That's going to be the question as these guys come down the back straightaway. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how last season's results ended up going. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Damian Ward did end up getting the championship. Drew Alton in second, and Damian Ward also got third as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Caleb Durgan going to lead the way. Ben Jolly in second. Battle's going to be for third as Joseph Matthews rolls the bottom. He's got Swank to the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Matthews going to clear Swank out of town. Oh, contact with the leaders as Jolly gets to the back of Durgan. Contact Matthews up into the wall. Matthews going to get the worst of that one. More contact there all over the place. Goffmanis up into the wall and on his lid. So big trouble here on lap number 2. As Durgan leads the way, Swank up to second. Ryan Kuta in that number 3 spot. Curtis Griffin fourth. Boniface, Barnhart, and Brundage working his way up. Going to be the final transfer spots as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Barnhart going to grab the wall as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, move Barnhart back to that number 7 spot. Glenn Chapa going to work in that number 9 machine. Can he make his way into a transfer spot as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway? Barnhart with a big run, tries to close the gap on Brundage as we see Griffin all over the back of Kuta. Durgan going to continue to lead this one as the battle for the transfer spot starts to heat up. Barnhart going to go all the way to the top. Everybody else rolling the bottom. Barnhart with a big run down the back straightaway, side by side with Brundage as they head into turn number 3. Here comes Boniface to the bottom, down low on Griffin. Oh, I just saw Barnhart bang the wall as Griffin is going to try to get up underneath, back up underneath Boniface. Boniface up to the number 4 spot. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Single file now for the most part. Barnhart continuing to roll that top side. Everybody else on the bottom. He gets a mean run out of turn number 4. Let's see what he does in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Chapa with the run on the inside. Barnhart's got to be perfect as they come out of turn number 4 down the back straightaway. He's side by side with Brundage into 3 and 4. Here comes Barnhart winding it up on the top side, still side by side with Brundage as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Battle right here for 6th, 7th, and 8th as they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. Barnhart with a big run once again. Brundage on the bottom side through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, checkered flag in the air. Here comes Boniface looking for another spot. It's going to be Durgan, Swank, Kuta, Boniface, Griffin, Brundage, Barnhart going to the feature. Everybody else off to the consi. Yeah, he was definitely committed to that top side. It was starting to work there. Definitely started to come in at the end of heat race number 1. So heat race number 2 could get interesting here. All right, so starting on the pole here tonight in the number 100, coming off a hot close of the season last season, it is going to be Drew Alton. Starting outside of him in the number 13 machine, it's going to be Aiden Hervey. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. And all number 14, row number 2. That is interesting. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him in the number 76, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Ramy. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 51 machine, I believe it is. It's going to be Craig Coker. Outside of him in the number 71, it's going to be Brian Orto. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting on the inside of row number 5 in the number 12 machine, it's going to be Jacob Schultz. Outside of him in the number 10, it's going to be Jensen Cook. What's up, Harper? What's up, buddy? Let's get it done, says Damien. Let's get it done, Damien, says Greg. As we are going to get them lined up 2 by 2. They're going to get the one to go this time by 1 lap to go for heat race number 2. We saw the top side starting to come in. We'll see if these guys commit to the bottom or if they're going to commit to the top. As they roll into turn number 1 and 2. Well, that's interesting. I don't know where my nicotine is. All right, looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Drew Alton leading the way. Who's it going to be? Green flag is out. Oh, no. Ramy pushes up the track. He's able to hold on to it as they come down the back straightaway, front straightaway into 1 and 2. Ragin' Ray gets tight on that start, loses a few spots there as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Everybody going to get a single file. Alton going to go right to the top in that 100 as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Leading lap number 1 is going to be Drew Alton. Battle for that number 3 spot is Ethan Bill and Damian Ward duking it out through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward. Ward on the bottom side. Bottom side is working pretty good right now as he makes his way around E-Bill. Now looking to work on Hervey as they head into turn number 1 and 2. That white and red car. Yeah, it is. That is the red and white one is E-Bill. Are you talking about this one? Right there with the Premier on it? Or are you talking about Schultz in the number 12? Are you talking about the 12 or the 14? Both of them actually look pretty good. Back up here to the battle for second is Damian Ward looking to take that spot away. What's up, Moody? What's up, Kenny? As they come out of turn number 4, going to be 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Hervey going to lean on Ward just a little bit, pinches him down to the bottom as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Hervey up to the top, Ward on the bottom. Hervey going to take the spot back as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Ward. Ward sends it into 3 and 4. Big run for Hervey out of turn number 4 on that outside down the front straightaway. 5 laps complete. Battle for the number 2 spot as he's going to pitch down Ward into turn number 1. Ward going to keep it straight down the back straightaway. It would be funny if Moody did one of these, but he's scared. He's scared. Out of turn number 4, down his front straightaway. It is going to be Drew Alton continuing to lead the way. 2 laps to go. Battle for second continues to rage as they come out of turn number 2. Oh, our leader grabs the wall out of 2, able to hold on to it as they head into 3 and 4. Here comes Damian Ward. Ward with the slide up the track. Cut down by Hervey. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Can Damian Ward find his way around? Hervey's going to go up, bang the wall out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the slide from Ward. Nope, he holds it on the bottom as Drew Alton going to take the win. And heat race number 2, Hervey, Ward, Hampton, Croker, Ragin' Ray, and E. Bill transferring through. Schultz, Orto, and Cook going to the LCQ. He is definitely scared. Safe to say I suck. He definitely struggles in the big blocks. Be right back, guys. Couldn't remember where I put my pouches. All right, we are going to get ready for the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. Let's go ahead and pull up that starting grid. It is going to be Glenn Chapa starting on the pole, Jacob Schultz in second. Starting inside, row number 2 is going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him, it's going to be Brian Orto. Starting inside, row number 3, it is going to be Joseph Matthews. Outside of him, it's going to be Jensen Cook. Then rounding out the field here tonight as they get the 1 to go, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Top 4 going to transfer through as these guys look to run the LCQ here. Who's going to be our B-Main Warrior? Let me know out in the chat what you guys think. Man, my fat ass just had to run up and down some stairs trying to find my pouches, and I am out of breath, out of shape, as we look for the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Glenn Chapa leading the field as they come out of turn number 4. Top 4 transfer through. Green flag is out. Chapa on the gas down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to lead the way. Battle's going to be for second as Jolly looks up underneath Schultz as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here they come into 3 and 4. Jolly on the move in that number 19. Schultz going to blink out as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Schultz going to lead this time by. Whoa, he blinks out. Oh, contact. Schultz up the track as Chapa's in the wall as they come out of turn number 2. A little bit of internet malfunction out of the number 12 there as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Ben Jolly leading the way as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Schultz looking down low. Jolly with the lead this time by it as they got contact as Orto going to use that right hip into Schultz. Schultz up the track. Here comes Orto down low. Goffmanis now in that final transfer spot as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Schultz up the track, almost into Jolly. Jolly going to continue to lead it out in turn number 4. Leads it this time by. Here comes Orto in that number 71. He makes contact with Schultz, almost goes around. Big save out of Brian Orto. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brian's going to fall back into that number 4 and final transfer spot. That is the danger zone. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be 4 laps complete. Jolly continues to lead as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Schultz trying to go back to work on Jolly as they come out of turn number 2. We're watching the battle for third. Goffmanis going to be wall famous once again as he rides the wall through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Orto down low, almost contact further back as Matthews holds on to that 5th position, trying to close the gap on Orto as they come across the line halfway through. 5 laps to go. Down the back straightaway, it is definitely getting a little bit chaotic for first person going home back there as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. It is all Ben Jolly leading the way. Battle for that number 4 spot starting to heat up as here comes Matthews in that number 9 machine as they come out of turn number 2. The other 9, a Choppa with a big run almost on the back of Matthews. Oh no, Goffmanis got in the wall. We got a 3-4 car battle for the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, big bobble out of Orto. That's going to allow Matthews to his outside as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to make it 3 wide. Not quite. Choppa with a big run. Big balls up on the top side for Glenn Choppa. Choppa going to have to back out of it out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to ride the wall up on the high side out of turn number 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as Matthews tries to slide up. Orto's going to save it out of turn number 2. Here comes Matthews down low. Drag race looking for turn number 3 and 4. Choppa going to go all the way up to the top side. Orto up the track. Choppa in the wall. Orto in the back of Matthews out of turn number 4. Orto going to fall all the way back to the back of the pack as now Matthews in that final transfer spot. Here comes Jensen Cook in that number 10 machine as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Choppa up underneath, going to make a little bit of contact with Cook out of turn number 4. Takes the number 5 spot. Now goes to work on Matthews down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Sorry, 1 and 2. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Ben Jolly, Schultz, Goffmanis, and Matthews. Man, that went too quick. My bad. That was a great battle. I lost track of the laps there. As that is going to be the LCQ with Jolly, Schultz, Goffmanis, and Matthews going to the feature. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Hopefully we can get through this pretty quick and not be too late to the supers, which happen to be at the same exact track. But we all know what time it is. It is time for tonight's starting lineup. Race number 1 here tonight of Season 2, 2026, here on iRacing for the Big Block Modifieds. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup, starting on the pole. You guys are all familiar with him. It is going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Outside of him, in the 100 machine, he could dethrone some of the top guys. We're going to find out. Strong finish to last season. He's looking to carry that momentum over. It's going to be Drew Alton. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 27 machine. Definitely an MDiTV favorite. It's going to be Michael Swank. Starting outside of him, in the number 13 machine, it's going to be Aiden Hervey. We got the man, the myth, the legend, starting on the inside of row number 3 in the number 35 machine. It's going to be Ryan Kuta. Starting outside of him in the number 32 machine, it is going to be Damian the Nurse Ward. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number 213 machine, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Starting inside, row number 5 in the 304, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him, I forget what. In the number 51 machine, it's going to be Craig Croker. Starting inside, row number 6. In the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him, in the number 76, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Remy. Super Lates are next, yes. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside, row number 7, in the 101, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him, in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Starting inside, row number 8 tonight, in the number 19 machine, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him, in the number 12, it's going to be Jacob Schultz. Then rounding out the field, in row number 9, in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Outside of him, in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Yes, Dirt. What's up, John? It has been a while. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be Caleb Durgan leading the way down into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan going to lead the way through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Drew Alton with a big run out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. All over the back of Durgan into turn number 3 and 4. Alton going to bring it down low. Durgan's going to try to pinch him down as they come out of turn number 4. Alton down low. Drag race out of turn number 4. Down to the line. It's going to be Durgan. Lap number 1, but Alton slides into turn number 1 and 2. Almost clips Durgan. Loses a ton of momentum into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan takes that lead back. No! Alton's going to hang strong on the bottom. He's going to slide him in 3 and 4. Alton up the track, takes the lead out of turn number 4. Can he keep it to the line? Here comes Durgan. On the bottom side, it's going to be Drew Alton. That time by into 1 and 2. It's the official. Oh, Durgan tries to slide up the track. Alton's there. Big save out of Durgan. Here comes D. Ward. He's going to try to gain some momentum as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan down on the bottom. Alton's going to slide up to the top. Bangs the wall. Contact with the inside wall for Durgan. Up the track. Give it to Damian Ward in second out of turn number 4. Through turn number 1 and 2, Alton's going to have a little bit of breathing room. Damian Ward in that number 2 spot. Michael Swank in third. Caleb Durgan in fourth as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Durgan's going to go back to work up underneath Swank as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Great battle here. Ryan Kuta starting to get his footing under him, knocking some of that rust off. Currently running in that number 5 spot. Great spot for the number 35 as they come out of turn number 4 or 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Hervey up underneath. Hervey trying to take advantage as Durgan bangs the wall out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. 3 wide. 3 wide contact. Kuta saves it into turn number 1 and 2. Big save out of Ryan Kuta as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Put them up, yeah, right? So how you been, John? As the caution flag comes out. Must have been somebody wrecking for last. The caution flag out as Ben Jolly has an issue here. They're 3 wide in the rear. Oh, he's going to blink out. Oh, he blinked out, reappeared, and then there's contact. He's going to be hard into the outside wall. Takes a tumble. Big wreck for Ben Jolly, as he is going to go down onto pit road and get some repairs done as he takes a tumble into turn number 1 and 2. What a crazy start to tonight's race. Let's go ahead and see if I can find that spot where... Oh... Let's see if there was contact between these two. Or Durgan just got the wall on his own there. Oh, Durgan in Durgan fashion going to get the inside wall there. Gave the spot to Damian Ward. Frustration, I'm sure, out of the 17 camp as we work the first caution flag here of tonight. Drew Alton controlling the field in that number 100. Yeah, I know. It's you know, part of it is the lack of change. You know, when people are chasing the setup and chasing how to drive the car a little bit different when they make some changes, it's a lot more peaceful. But everything's been the same for so long. Everybody's kind of driving the same. They all kind of have very similar setups, and it just gets toxic. All right, we should get the 1 to go at the line this time by. They're going to stack them up 2 by 2. Looking for the green flag this time by. We've been running the same stuff on dirt for so long, even the slow guys are getting past. All right, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight? As Drew Alton leads him to the green this time by. Can we get a good green flag run? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be Drew Alton leading the way into 1 and 2. They're going to fan out. Look at the field fan out through 1 and 2. Big run for Durgan on the top side. Makes it around Swank. Has to check up down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Damian Ward looking to the bottom side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Swank nowhere to go. Gonna have to bind it up just a tick as Durgan gonna take the 3 spot. They're 3 wide back behind him for 4th as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So many different lines getting ran right now. Durgan's gonna roll that high side out of turn number 2. Looks a little quicker in turn number 3 and 4. It's the wrong button. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, Durgan going to dig the outside out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Big run as Swank is stuck in the Hornet's nest as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straight. Yeah, I know. It is. That's a problem too. Pre-gen doesn't work very well for the big blocks most of the time. Down the front straightaway, coming across the line, going to be 9 laps complete here tonight. 50 laps for the main event as they come out of turn number 2. Drew Alton trying to drive away from the field. You got to wonder how he is rolling on those tires as Durgan takes the number 2 spot. Ward back to 3rd. Kuta up to 4th. Swank back to 5th. Down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Can these guys close the gap? Oh, Ward's going to go down low on Durgan. Does not try to throw the slide as they come on to turn number 2. Now the question is, can they reel in that number 100 machine? And if there's, big save out of Ward there as he got in the back of Durgan. Here comes Kuta trying to take advantage, goes to the bottom of Ward as they head through 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Kuta down low into turn number 3 and 4. Kuta going to roll the bottom middle as they come out of turn number 4. Feel like I gotta sneeze. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Kuta going to bang the wall, gets back in line as they come out of turn number 2. They're going to play a little follow the leader up at the front here for a little bit, I'm assuming, as they bang the wall through 1 and 2. That wall is going to grab somebody. Those incident points could add up. We could see some DQs at 3 wide as Swank gets stuck in the wall. That's going to move Hervey up into that number 5 spot, and Boniface starting to creep forward too. Oh, Boniface going to lose a ton of ground out of turn number 2. Boniface going to try to dig back into turn number 3 and 4. Thinks about the slide. It's not there. Here comes Swank back on the high side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be single file once again as they head into 1 and 2. Things are definitely starting to get interesting around the track as Durgan trying to find a different line as Ward's going to bang the wall, get stuck in the wall, starting to hold up Kuta and that number 35. How long will Ryan Kuta wait behind the number 32 before he tries to force his way around as they come across the line? 15 laps complete. And out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It is definitely a little crazier back in the pack as it looks like Curtis Griffin right now, our biggest loser, starting to fall back. He is back 7 positions into the number 16 spot. Could be a good move, though. We have seen people get incident pointed out. They try a little too hard, bang that wall too much contact with other drivers. Could Griffin be playing a little bit of strategy, knowing there's a very real possibility we could get a caution flag, a few caution flags still here tonight? Back up to the front as Drew Alton is out by 1.6 seconds, leading the field. Caleb Durgan in second. Battle's going to be for that number 3 spot. Damian Ward in the number 32. He's got Kuta all over the back of him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Ward's going to bang the wall. Here comes Kuta down low out of turn 4. Can't get the run as he tried a little cut down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Ward's going to try to run a slider. That wall has been definitely grabbing him in turn number 1 and 2. Worked a little bit for him there. He's able to get a little bit of separation between him and Ryan Kuta. Schultz is up to 9th. Yeah, Schultz is up in 7 spots. That doesn't surprise me. Schultz is usually fast. Surprises me more that he started that far back. And those guys racing in front of him, definitely a big advantage to that number 12 machine. And we're going to go back here and watch this battle. This looks like the battle to watch on the track as Schultz has caught this battle. It is Michael Swank in the number 6 spot. He's got Croker and Boniface behind him, Schultz behind him, and Hampton. All fast cars here. There's a little contact between Croker and Boniface as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Now, he's starting to gain a little bit on him. Durgan is definitely starting to gain a little bit on Alton as they're trying to go 4 wide back in the pack. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Alton going to continue to lead the way. Durgan, Ward, Kuta, Hervey. We're watching the battle from Swank on back in 6th as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Schultz going to try to sneak his way around Boniface. He's going to dig on the outside out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Move Schultz up into the number 8 spot. He's up 8 positions, looking for more as he closes the gap on the 51 of Croker. Up underneath out of turn number 4. Schultz on the move, looking down low. Here comes Schultz down into turn number 1 and 2, continuing to move his way forward. Hampton just behind these guys as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Schultz not able to make a move. Let's go check on the lead as Drew Alton continues to lead. Caleb Durgan in this number 17 slowly starting to gain on Drew Alton. Now has that distance down to 1.4 seconds as they come out of turn at number 2. I think so. Nobody's ever told me different. You know, I guarantee that Ryan has gotten so tired of correcting people on how to say his name, he probably just doesn't care anymore. Durgan going to bang the wall in turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, has lost some more ground on Drew Alton. Battle between Ward and Kuta as they come across the line into turn number 1 and 2. This battle's been going on for quite a while for that number 3 spot. Kuta in that number 35. He's looking all over the back of that number 32 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Kuta down low out of turn number 4. Drew Alton continuing to lead the way. He has given up a little bit more distance than Durgan. He's got it to give right now. If he's saving a little bit of tire, might not be a bad move here. Could end up with a wreck. Let's go check on Schultz. Schultz has not made it around Croker yet. Still continuing to work that number 51 as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Schultz down low. Croker going to go up the track. Schultz stays down low. Boniface with the run up on the high side. Schultz has to get back in line. He's going to go to the top side of turn number 3 and 4. So hard to pass right now. Croker going to run a slider in 3 and 4. That's going to allow Schultz to close the gap down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. 29 laps complete. Going to be 30 to complete as they come out of turn number 4. Drew Alton leads the way. He is now 1.8 seconds in front of Durgan. 1.8 seconds. He has extended the lead with 20 laps to go in that number 100. Oh, Kuta has issues. He grabbed the wall. I guarantee it. Yeah, he grabbed the wall and it's going to toss him to the pits. Up and over the wall for Ryan Kuta as he is going to be out of that battle for third. As we jump back up to the front, it is going to be Drew Alton leading the way. Caleb Durgan in second. Damian Ward in third. Hervey in fourth. Don't count out this number 13. He's putting down some pretty quick laps right now. Ward's going to bang the wall there in 3 and 4. Barnhart's going to have issues. He has fallen way back as we move back up to this battle for third as Hervey is definitely closing the gap on the 32 of Damian Ward. Hervey was quite a bit quicker last time by. Let's take a look at these lap times. This time by, he was about 0.2 quicker last time. Let's see what it looks like this time. Ooh, he's a little slower than Ward this time. Looks like E-Bill has made his way up into the number 7 spot. Where did he come from? He has found another gear in that number 14 as he has moved his way up into the number 7 spot. We weren't even talking about him a little while ago. That might be somebody who could use a caution right now up in that number 7 spot. He could gain a lot of positions if he's got some good tires on that number 14 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Schultz starting to fall back. Must have used up the rubber on that number 12 machine as here comes E-Bill up underneath the 51 of Croker. He's going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2. He's now up to 6 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. All right, so E-Bill starting to move his way forward. This could be a tire management game. If they get a late caution here, E-Bill might be in a good spot as it looks like Barnhart is about to go a lap down. Let's take a look at E-Bill's lap times. E-Bill's running an 8.9, and our leaders are running 9.1. So he's a little bit quicker than the leaders, not a ton quicker, but E-Bill definitely with some speed left in that number 14 machine. Damian Ward continuing to roll in that number 3 spot. Hervey trying to close the gap as they come out of turn at number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 12 to go as they come across the line. 12 more laps to go. Yeah, he is getting it. E-Bill is definitely starting to get it. He's just back in 6th. He's too far back. Goffmanis is up 10 spots into the number 7 position. So a couple big movers here late in this race as we move back up to the number 1 spot. Heavy lap traffic in front of Drew Alton as he's got Jolly and Barnhart battling it out for position as they head through turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be 10 laps to go when they come across the line this time by. Drew Alton leads the way. Durgan in second out of turn number 4. Alton's going to make his way to the high side. Jolly runs the bottom. As they get 10 laps to go as Drew Alton comes across the line through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to make quick work of Jolly. Now next in the sights is going to be Brandon Barnhart. You know, Jolly took a flip there. Just the fact that he is still out there putting in laps is huge. Goffmanis has issues. Goffmanis is now out of this one. Let's go take a look and see what happened to Ryan. Same thing. Oh, both the Ryans up and over the wall. Back up to the front. It is going to be Drew Alton continuing to lead. 2.2 seconds over Caleb Durgan. Aiden Hervey is now up into the number 3 spot. Has made his way around Ward. We're going to go back and take a look at that pass. Just a couple slides cut down by Hervey. Hervey going to get around. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Just hard racing as Hervey takes the number 3 spot. Drew Alton is leading the way out of turn number 4. 7 more laps for the 100. Looking to take that momentum from last season. Carries it over into season number 2 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's got about 5 or 6.5 more laps to go in that number 100 machine. Durgan trying to make his way around lap traffic as they come out of turn number 4 down into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide Ben Jolly, the lap car, as we move back up to the battle for 3rd. Ward trying to close the gap on Hervey as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Drew Alton leading the way. He's got 5 more laps to go. Jolly's going to have issues. Caution flag comes out. Caution flag comes out. Let's go take a look and see what happened to Ben Jolly. Oh, he lost it. He lost it. Goes around into the inside wall. In the number 19. Tried to take the toe, but it was too late. Caution flag comes out. Drew Alton. Oh, this is not what Drew Alton wanted to see. He had a 2-second lead just about over the field. Now that is gone. Caleb Durgan will be right on his heels. Aiden Hervey will be in 3rd. Damian Ward in 4th. But that number 14 of E-Bill might have a massive opportunity here to grab a few spots. Maybe get himself a podium here as we are going to look for a shootout. It is going to be, I believe, a 4 or 5 lap shootout here. Barnhart on pit road. All right. Definitely looking to get a little interesting here. We got a bunch of people out here in the chat. Looks like we got about almost 50 people watching right now. Between YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and follow button. Help that algorithm as we are going to get ready for a shootout at the end of this one. Remember, up next will be super late models here at the same track. That session has already started. We will get into that as soon as this one is ended. And we will interview the top 3 here if they jump into Discord, which reminds me I need to jump into Discord. All right, so Drew Alton going to get that one to go this time by. This is big pressure here for Alton in that 100. He has dominated this race so far. Caleb Durgan, one of the best in the big block modifieds, will be right on his heels. This could get interesting to the end as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 1 to go, going green this time by. You sold your stuff, Glenn? Well, I'm glad you're at least out here watching. You know we love you. Appreciate those likes, shares, and follows, guys. Definitely appreciate those. As the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come across the line. It is going to be a 4-lap shootout as they head into 1 and 2. Drew Alton going to lead the way out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Alton continues to lead as Caleb Durgan has his hands full with Hervey as they come out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go for Drew Alton as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to break away from Hervey and Ward as those two are going to battle it out for the number 3 spot. Here comes E-Bill. E-Bill, I said watch out for him. He's got a chance for a podium here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. E-Bill grabbed the inside wall there coming out of turn number 4. He's going to jump up to the high side. Ward and Hervey side by side. That could open the door for E-Bill or Swank. E-Bill going to go to the bottom side, up underneath Ward. He's going to jump into the number 4 spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go for Drew Alton. Down the front straightaway. Can E-Bill grab himself a podium into turn number 1 and 2? Down the back straightaway, E-Bill grabs the wall, almost climbs the wall. Durgan into the wall, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. One last time. It is going to be Drew Alton with the win here tonight. Caleb Durgan in second. Aiden Hervey going to come across third. Damian Ward, E-Bill, your top 5. Yeah, I'm just going to do openers for a little bit here until I decide to host some more again. But right now it's just going to be openers on Monday. I'm doing all right. I just needed a break. How about that, guys? What a race here tonight. We're going to go ahead and pull up those results. It is going to be Drew Alton with the win. Caleb Durgan second. Aiden Hervey in third. Going to be Damian Ward in that number 4 spot. E-Bill in 5th. Michael Swank in a 6th. Going to be Croker in that number 7 spot. Boniface in 8th. Griffin in 9th. Going to be Raging Ray Ramey in that number 10 spot. Jacob Schultz in 11th. Nick Brundage in 12th. Tyler Hampton in that number 13 spot. Joseph Matthews 14th. Barnhart 15th. Jolly 16th. Goffmanis in 17th. And Ryan Kutag going to round out the field in that number 18 spot. Guys, I'm going to start switching over into the other session and we will see who's in here. But let me close out of this and start getting into the super session because they're already going to be in there. And then we will grab who is ever in Discord. Let's see. Yeah, that was a great race. We're jumping over into the supers, guys. Don't go anywhere yet. Jumping over to the supers, and I will bring in whoever's in Discord. Looks like a very light field for the supers. What's up, ladies? What's up, guys?
How are we?
I'm doing okay. Wild race here tonight. Aiden, good race for you here tonight. Great battle between you and Ward. Coming out ahead, getting that number 3 spot, holding on to the podium. E-Bill was sneaking up on you guys here late. Man, you had to race hard for that number 3 spot.
Yeah, I kind of screwed myself in the beginning. I started 4th in that first lap. I whacked the wall pretty good. I think I went back to like 6th or 7th and was able to get back into a little bit of a roll. I was behind Ryan and Damien, and Brian unfortunately went over. Watched that happen right in front of me, and I had to track Damien down. And once I did, we were both running kind of opposite lines, so I had to be careful. I was running a slider in 3 and 4. He was running a cut down, so I just had to be careful to not completely take him out. But I want to apologize to Damien right now too. We made a little bit of contact when I finally got by him. I think he was trying to guard me from doing a full cut down or something, but we made a little bit of contact. I was really not trying to do that. But Yeah, that last restart was pretty sketchy. I did not know how that was going to work out. There was a lot of guys that were there that I knew were going to be fighting for it, and I'm just glad I was able to hold on to third.
Yeah, definitely good race for you. Why don't we go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, and sponsors?
Got to thank everyone over at Dar and the man himself, Drew Alton. All my IRL sponsors, AA Detailing, Herb Transport, Eastman Electric, Cadwell Login, uh, JD Signs. Uh, yeah, thank you for putting these streams up.
Appreciate you. Good run here tonight. Caleb Durgan, bit by the inside wall curse.
Oh, it bit me.
Man, you
Came
know,
out after me.
Drew had a good start there. Kind of might have caught you off guard. That track was racy when you first got into the feature here tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I knew from the get-go I was kind of screwed, though. Anytime I tapped the wall, I just kept getting tight. I just kept hopping the nose. Like, I'd barely hit it, and then it would go up. And then I went and looked at last season's setup and compared it to this one. And of course, I changed something that probably shouldn't have been changed. So, um, this one was all on me, and the schedule this season is absolutely terrible. So I don't really know why I'm racing. Besides, I just want to win the championship, so no peasants can.
Well, overall, good run here tonight. Had a little too much battling with the third, fourth, and fifth there at the end, allowing Alton to get away, but have to be happy with the way the season started.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. You know, it's especially hard to be mad about when you know where you went wrong. You know, so you know, I'll go change that quick and dial it in for the guys and have a winning week here at Port Royal.
Well, good run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, of course. Everyone at Dick and Speed Ranch. If anyone needs any setups, the best big block setups on the market, go check out Speed Ranch. We're looking forward to a very fast season with a lot of wins and listen, James, I just like this schedule is so terrible. Like I would, if there was, I would like to not thank somebody really quick instead of thanking people, and I want to not thank whoever made the schedule because it is terrible.
We got to get together and put a schedule together then for this coming season.
I already have one built. James, I'll send it to you on Facebook. You're gonna look at it and like just get a little stiffy, dude. It's like the best schedule iRacing's ever seen.
Well, send it to me, and we'll see if we can get everybody in on the community and vote for it in the forums.
That would be awesome. That would just
There's a car
be
inside the wall,
17's
so
glory.
just not to turn
There
down
ain't
like that
there
into
ain't
the wall.
MF that would come close to me.
Don't drive right over my quarter panel.
They're arguing in the super race.
We're low-key on the straightaway. I held my line.
Let me mute these guys. All right. All right, good run, Durgan. Second place, Drew Alton, picking up right where you left off last season, man. You finished strong, and you're starting strong this season, man. You got to be happy with this progress.
Dawson over here talking about being
for
how I'm
sure.
slower
Like,
and but you can
the
use only
entire
passing
team
because
was,
wall ride line came in.
impressively good. Ben kind of had a little incident with in the
Crazy.
heat race, so that was pretty unfortunate. But everybody else had a good run. I kind of get pranked. I got sent the wrong schedule, so I built for the wrong racetrack, and I kind of panicked last night. So, but we got the setup built, and we put a lot of testing in the past little over 24 hours. So, really glad that setup was. I don't think I'd change a single thing. Obviously, everybody's seen the ass whooping, and some people might not want to admit it, but that's fine. We'll move on. Nobody can really talk smack on me. Like I've gone through the hoops, so and I'm finally starting to get the results we want. So really proud of our team and what I've accomplished in the past season. Last season was really good to us, so and we're looking forward to another really good season.
Yeah, definitely a phenomenal start to the season. I know you messaged me last night. What is that schedule? Because you couldn't believe that you had the wrong one, and we went over that. So you're good and ready for next week anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. E-Bill was definitely coming at the end there. You are not wrong, Ethan. But you were fast. How worried were you when that late caution came out when Ben had his issues?
I was a little more mad than anything, because I didn't know what to do. Hervey was in third, so I know I had a teammate close by. So if I did get in a situation, at least somebody could win on our team. But I just Ryan uh, I forgot his last name. Um, he he really helped me. He just told me kept running my line. Same thing with Aaron Chapa. He told me just kept running your line. You were pulling away, so uh, we just you kind of it got really tricky towards the end because like if you got really close to the wall, you would start hopping really bad and it would shove the nose and kind of like what Durgan was saying, you're along for the ride at that point. So at the end, it kind of wasn't who could wall ride the best, it was whoever was smart against the wall but wasn't touching it, if that makes sense. So there was some people who got hot and got cold throughout the race, and I feel like we were pretty steady throughout the entire race.
Aiden said he was shitting his pants from E-Bill. E-Bill was definitely quick at that there. He just didn't have enough at the beginning. But yeah, great run here tonight, Drew. Got to be happy with the way the season started. You're going to start off with the points lead. Always a great way to start. Why don't we give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, Dar Speed Labs, come get the dig. We've definitely showed our speed and potential and my great coaching skills. I got to thank Hot Performance Specialties, Tri-City Contractors, Buzz Signs and Graphics, Buckshot Helmets, Jolly Paints, Alt Speed Academy, everybody, my parents, for getting me the rig, everybody over at DAR. We got a really great group of guys, and really looking forward for truly dominating season.
Yeah, good run. And Johnston said good run also, just so you know. Randy's out there.
Thanks, Bubba.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate you. And I will catch you next week.
Thanks, James.
No problem. All right, guys, we are in the super race as these guys are getting ready out on the track right now. We missed heat race number one. Well, we got to watch it. We just didn't get to announce it, as it looks like Devin Ferguson going to lead here in heat race number two. Derek Dryman, Turner Nichols, Drew Jonkman, Channel, and Carter and Bass are your top seven as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I think, how many people are in here? Maybe one person's going home. I can't remember how many were in heat race number 1. Yeah. Out of turn number 4, Devin Ferguson going to continue to lead. Dryman going to bang the shit out of the wall out of turn number 4. Able to hold on to it, but a ton of damage to the rear quarter panel of that number 444 as Turner Nichols tries to close the gap down the back straightaway.
Thanks, brother.
Let me turn up those car sounds a little bit for you guys as Devin Ferguson dominating heat race number 2 as we are 4 laps into this one as they come out of turn at number 2. Here comes Nichols up underneath, a little bit of contact with Dryman. Dryman up the wall. Here comes Nichols. Nichols going to grab second this time by. Nichols up to the number 2 spot as Ferguson continues to lead. Dryman trying to knock down the wall there in turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Dryman. If Dryman hooks that top side just right, and you've seen it there, big run out of turn 4. He's going to get the number 2 spot back. Here comes Nichols back to the inside. Dryman going to hook turn number 1 and 2. A lot better that time out of turn number 2. Starting to get in that rhythm. Took them a few laps as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Dryman going to continue to lead this battle in the number 2 spot as Channel continues to close the gap. As they come across the line, white flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Watching the battle for second. It is all Ferguson out front. Dryman in second as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Ferguson going to take the win. It's going to be Dryman, Nichols, Petzold, Channel, Jonkman, Bass going to the feature. Everybody else off to the LCQ. What? I don't know how many people we got in here. Oh, nope. Everybody makes it. So no LCQ. We're going right into the feature here tonight. A little bit of little bit of beef in the chat right now. These guys are definitely beefing a little bit. A little softer SOF than expected for the supers. Definitely some names we normally see not in here. As we are going to get ready here for heat race for the main event. It is going to be the number 33 of Dylan Gibbs starting on the pole here tonight in the main event. Outside of him, in the number 76, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Yeah, it is a really weak opener for sure. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 72 machine, it's going to be Dalton Rutherford. Outside of him, in the 444, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 44 machine, it's going to be Ty Lounsbury. Outside of him, in the number 42, it's going to be Turner Nickel. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 24 machine, is it? Some of these guys I don't even know, so I don't know the number. I got to get close. In the number 24, it's going to be Ivan Goodwin. Outside of him, in the number 10 machine, in the number 16 machine, it is going to be Brooks Petzold. I have no idea what that is. We're just going to call him Brooks. Starting inside row number 5. In the number 1 machine tonight, it is going to be James Braswell. Outside of him, it is going to be Evan Channel. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Travis Carruthers. Outside of him, it's going to be Drew Jonkman. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting in 13th, it's going to be Cameron Cormier. Wow. Outside of him, it's going to be Daryl Bass. Starting in the number 15 spot, it's going to be Justin White with Bradley Carter in the number 16 spot. Ethan going to start in 17th, and Jordan McLean in that number 18 spot. It is going to be 50 laps here for tonight's main event. They tend to not finish well here in the supers. We're going to see how it goes. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Dylan Gibbs leading the way. Ferguson in second as we got big contact further back. They're going to keep it straight. Oh, the 42 of Nichols. Little bobble into 3 and 4. Almost takes out the field. Able to hold on to it as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead is Ferguson going to take the lead in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Gibbs looking down low as look for turn number 3 and 4. He's got Rutherford all over the back of him. They're nose to tail. Through turn number 3 and 4, Braswell with big issues at the back. Caution flag comes out. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, a little bit of net code there. Caution flag comes out. He's wondering who he got in contact with. Let's go take a look and see who it was. It was definitely some net code there. Oh, that is unfortunate. Was Jonkman that he made contact with, but netcode, there was actually no contact there. Netcode taking over as Devin Ferguson going to take the lead here tonight as we work the first caution flag of the night. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2. Let's see if we get that one to go this time by. Caution flags laps are brutal. Looks like Nichols went down on pit road. Brooks on pit road. Braswell on pit road. White on pit road. So definitely some people with some damage trying to get it fixed. As Ferguson leads the field looking for the green flag this time by. Port Royal has definitely been a tough one. It's been a little bit of a curse for the supers. We've seen a lot of people incident point out of these things. They are so hard and on the edge to run here at Port Royal. We're going to see how these guys finish out. Probably why we got the light count as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Ferguson leading the way. Gibbs trying to get back up into the number two spot. He's got Rutherford down low as they come out of turn number 2. Yeah, no, it's horrible. It's horrible. It is a wide open. It's too wide open. It's like a super speedway. But it's totally on edge as we are getting sideways. Jonkman sideways saves it. Oh, White having issues. They're still beating and banging. Big wreck. Oh, we got one that lost the wheel. The 42 of Nichols and Braswell getting together there at the end of that one. A whole lot happened there. Oh my God. 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 Whoa. I thought the caution had already come out. We're going to go try and take a look and see. All right, we're going to take a look. Let's go. All right, watch the 20 there. He's going to get sideways. Jonkman gets sideways. White gets the inside wall. It's the 16 blinks out. And everybody just beating and banging there. Big wrecks, big trouble for a lot of cars here tonight as we get the second caution flag of the night early. Oh, my God. I think he did. I think he had enough. I think Turner had enough. Working the caution flag here once again. Will we have any cars at the end of this one? Let's see if we get that one. Yo, what's up, Laboon? What's up, Laboon? All right, let's see if we get that one to go this time by. Got a lot of cars down on pit road with damaged. Ryman already on pit road. Lounsbury on pit road. Braswell with a ton of damage on that one, Jay. Daryl Bass. I think Bass lost that right front. He's trying to get that thing put back on as they get the one to go. Looking for the green flag here once again. Good chunk of the field knocked out. A lot of them are going to be damaged. We'll see how this one transpires. As they look for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, Gibbs going to give a little bit of a door there. Here comes Goodwin back up underneath out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Back straightaway down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Ferguson leading the way. Rutherford in second. Battle's going to be for the number 3 spot. Gibbs has it. They're trying to wreck. They are wrecking down the front straightaway. Ethan hard into the inside wall. Drew Alton. Ethan in the inside wall. No caution flag. They're going to keep it green as Ferguson continues to lead. Rutherford in second. Battle is going to be for that number 3 spot. Carruthers is going to take it out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Battle's going to be for the number 3 spot. Gibbs is now backed up 4th. Started on the pole here tonight, starting to fall backwards as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Yeah, I heard you guys are getting. We're going to get it. We're going to get it coming up next. Down across the line. Here comes Gibbs down low. Carruthers up high as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Battle is for third. Top 2 have pulled away. A little bit of separation between them. Here comes Goodwin up underneath. He's looking to battle for that number 3 spot too. Going to lean into Gibbs as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Carruthers leads this pack as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Well, I guess technically Rutherford does, but here comes Gibbs looking down low. Down into 3 and 4. Gibbs going to toss it up the track, slides up the track. Here comes Carruthers. Big run on the outside. He's going to bang the wall, drives down the front straightaway. Going to be Gibbs at the line in third that time by Gibbs. Up the track, slides. Here comes Carruthers looking out down low out of turn number 2. Not able to do anything with it. Has to get back in line. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Goodwin starting to put the pressure on Carruthers as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Battle for third on back is absolutely great as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We got Goodwin all over the back of Carruthers as they come out of turn number 2 down 4 down the front straightaway. Oh, we got one into the wall back there. Looked like the 16 giving it his all. He's going to able to keep it straight as they head through 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Gibbs on the move. Let's see. He is picking up the pace, but right now Ferguson continuing to set the pace. Quickest car last time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to be quickest again as we move back in the pack. Looks like Gibbs definitely starting to gain on Rutherford as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Starting to get himself in a little rhythm. Could Rutherford be in trouble here as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway? It is going to be 14 laps complete as they come across the line. Battle just behind here for the number 4 spot. Goodwin all over the back of Carruthers as here comes Bradley Carter. Carter on the move. He is rolling. One of the quickest. He is the quickest car on the track as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Carter. Carter going to look to the outside of Goodwin as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Big run out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to take that number 5 spot. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Goodwin pushing back up underneath as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Now give it to Carter in the number 5 spot. Sends it into 1 and 2. Are we having issues in the back? It looked like we were, but I guess not. As they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. Picker going to act a little screwy here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out front, leading the way. It is going to be Ferguson out front in the 76. Rutherford, Gibbs, Carruthers, Carter. Here comes Carter to the outside. Carter is on the move. He's going to make it to the high side of Carruthers down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Caution flag comes out. Caution, caution, caution. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Oh, he got the wall. He got the wall. Oh, Evan gets the wall, turns it sideways, brings out the caution flag. For the 3rd time here tonight, caution flag is out. All right, so working the caution flag here tonight. Working the caution flag here once again. As these guys are going to get ready to go side by side probably next time by Devin Ferguson. Dominating performance so far tonight. All right, looking for the green flag as they get the one to go this time by. One to go. As Ferguson going to lead the way. Looking for the green. Can he continue this dominating performance? Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be Ferguson leading the way into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs up underneath Rutherford, trying to get that spot as they come out of turn number 2. Can't quite get there. Carruthers just behind him as we got a big stack up further back in the pack as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Dryman to the bottom side. He's going to take advantage of the chaos. Tries to take advantage, not able to do it completely as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Good battles throughout the pack as Ferguson continues to lead Rutherford all over the back of him as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, it is going to be Ferguson leading the way. Rutherford second, Gibbs in third. Carruthers in the wall. He's able to pull it back out as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, here comes Jonkman up underneath Carruthers. He's going to have to pull out of it. Carruthers going to take that number 4 spot back. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Ferguson continuing to lead the way. Chaos further back. It looks like the front of the pack has calmed down just a little bit for now. We'll keep an eye on these battles. Let's go back where the chaos is. Dryman trying to work his way up through the field, back up into the number 6 spot, looking for another as Carter's going to grab the wall. Carter, no back spoiler. That is going to absolutely kill his handling here in that car. Look for him to go backwards in a hurry here as, Lounsbury almost to the back of him into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, that 19 is struggling, starting to fall back as they come down the front straightaway. Or back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ferguson can continue to lead. Rutherford, Gibbs, Carruthers going to ride the top side into the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Big run, though, as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Ferguson continues to lead the way. Rutherford in second. Gibbs in third. Carruthers in that number 4 spot. Dryman in 5th, closing the gap, trying to get back where he started as they head through turn number 1 and 2. 3-car battle starting to brew for that number 3 spot. Carruthers is there. Dryman not far back. Gibbs has it. They want it. Out of turn number 4. It is going to be 26 laps complete, 24 laps to go. Out of turn number 4, here comes Carruthers up underneath Gibbs. Dryman going to grab the wall. He's going to dig the outside out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Looks like Goodwin is done for the night as here comes Dryman. He's going to slide into the number 3 spot. Dryman back up into the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Gibbs looking back down low. Can't do anything with it as they come out of turn number 4. Turn number 2 down the back straightaway, single file for the field. Dryman on the move. Can he close in the gap on those front guys? Will he get another caution as we got 29 laps complete? Ferguson not able to shake Rutherford. We got Cameron having issues. Cameron's having issues. He's going to, yellow flag comes out. He's going to take the tow. Yellow flag comes out. Does he take the tow or does he get sent? He gets stuck in the wall, Oh, he broke that right front. He's going to go down. He's going to take the tow. He's going to be done for the night. So caution flag is out once again. What's up, Braden? As Ferguson continues to lead this one out front in the number 76. Not as easy of a time. Not as easy of a time as he was having earlier. He's had Rutherford all over the back of him. Ferguson on pit road. Ferguson with damage, our leader on pit road. Oh, is he done? He is done for the night. Ferguson has called it a night. Rutherford going to inherit the lead here tonight in the number 72. Wow. Ferguson, if nobody else comes out, it will gain some I rating. Oh, nope. Ferguson might be coming back out. Ferguson is coming back out. All right, I thought he was done for the night. He is coming back out. So Ferguson going to come back out after taking some damage repaired. Looked like Jonkman got DQ'd. He must have gotten out of the car. All right, so quite a small field left after what we started with. Typical super late model fashion at Port Royal as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to look for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. John Dryman has moved his way up to the field. Looking for the lead is Gibbs. Gibbs the right rear to Rutherford into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Gibbs got Rutherford. Rutherford with a ton of damage on the left front of that 72. As Dryman takes the lead as they come out of turn number 4. He's going to lead this time by. Now remember, Dryman went all the way to the back of the pack. Is now back up to the front, leading the way. Dylan Gibbs second as they come out of turn number 2. Dryman going to lead the way down the back straightaway. They're going to go 3 wide for second. Carruthers in the middle. Lounsbury on the bottom side out of turn number 4. It is going to be Gibbs in that number 2 spot that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here they come. Carruthers going to get a good run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. You got to wonder how Rutherford is feeling right now. He got fed a right rear from the 33 of Dylan Gibbs. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Will he repay the favor if he can get there? He's got a ton of damage on that number 72 on the right front. You got to wonder how that thing's running. He is digging the wall. He is on a mission. He is all over the back of Carruthers. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, making his way around Carruthers. They're 3 wide. Here comes Ferguson up the middle, looking for his lead back as he is going to slide into the number 4 spot out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by the 72 of Rutherford. He's going to lose that spot back out of turn number 4. Across the line, 15 laps to go. Dryman leads the way. Gibbs in second. Lounsbury in third. Ferguson in fourth. Rutherford back up to 5th. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Dryman going to continue to lead the way in that number 44. Gibbs trying to reel him in. Lounsbury in third. Ferguson in fourth. Now we're looking for third. Remember, he went and got some damage repaired. Might have been a smart move if he wasn't happy with how that car was working. As they come out of turn number 4, he's definitely got the speed. A lot of cars hurt. A lot of cars are gone. So he's able to pick those spots back up. Now moves his way into third out of turn number 2. But here comes Lounsbury back on the inside into 3 and 4. Lounsbury going to throw the slide. Here comes Ferguson back down low out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. He's going to have the number 3 spot that time by as they head through turn number 1 and 2. 12 laps to go. Next in line, the 33 of Dylan Gibbs. Can he make it back up to second? Lounsbury going to try to dig back on the inside. As they come out of turn number 4 across the line, 11 more laps to go. Lap traffic up ahead as Dryman continues to lead the way in the 44. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Dryman continues to lead. I'll tell you what, Braswell is out here nursing that number 1 machine. That thing is absolutely junk. He's in the 8th position. Definitely been a tough night for him as Dryman continues to lead. Dylan Gibbs in second. Ferguson definitely closing the gap. Looking for second now as they come out of turn number 4. 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go, jumping on board with Devin Ferguson down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. This man is on a mission here at Port Royal tonight. All over the back of Gibbs out of turn number 4. He's got 8 more laps to figure it out. Can he make it back up to the number 1 spot? Gibbs going to slide up the track. Here comes Ferguson looking to cut down, not able to do it. All over the back of him. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 7 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. He's going to cut it down a little bit there. Will that hurt him or will it help him? Didn't seem to make a difference as they head through 1 and 2. Gibbs going for a big slider. Let's see how Ferguson does out of turn number 2. Much shallower slider. They seem to level off a little bit. That top side, if you can hold it up there, seems to be the place to be as they come out of turn number 4. Big run for Ferguson. He's going to move to the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2. Looking to challenge for that number 2 spot. Gibbs up high. Gibbs going to stay in the throttle. Keeps the spot. That time by as they head into 3 and 4. Ferguson going to dig on the high side of turn number 3 and 4. Looking to cut down up underneath Gibbs. Down the back straightaway. All over the back of Gibbs. Pushes him into turn number 1 and 2. Ferguson with the slide up the track. Gibbs back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Ferguson can stay on that top side. He's going to get slid here, but he's going to probably get a pretty good run out of turn number 4. Good cut down. Slides back up underneath Gibbs. He's going to have the spot that time by as they head into 1 and 2. 4 laps to go. He's going to need some help. I don't know if he's got enough to get back to the point. He's going to bang the wall there. That's going to get Gibbs on his back bumper. Gibbs going to send it into 3 and 4. Here comes Ferguson back with the cut down. Gibbs going to try to hold it up on the high side, but Ferguson back to second at the line. 3 laps to go. Battle for second as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Ferguson trying to hold on to it. Much better 1 and 2, but here comes Gibbs trying to get the run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go at the line. They're gonna need Dryman to make a mistake. Ferguson too far back to do anything. He's been fast all night long. Can he get there? Out of turn number 2. Big contact with the wall for Dryman. Through turn number 3 and 4. Gibbs gonna move to the bottom side of 3 and 4. Tries to run that middle lane. Not able to do anything with it. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Derek Dryman. Dryman going to roll through 1 and 2 one last time. Lap traffic up ahead, but should not pose a problem as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. A checkered flag in the air. Give it to Derek Dryman here in the opener here tonight for the season opener. For the super late model is going to be Ferguson second, Gibbs in third, Lounsbury and White your top 5. Well, we don't normally see these guys in Discord. If they jump in, I will give them an interview, top 3. But if they don't, well, we're just going to go through these results and leave. We'll see what happens. With the win here tonight, it is going to be Derek Dryman, Devin Ferguson in second, Dylan Gibbs in third. Going to be Ty Lounsbury in that number 4 spot, Justin White in 5th, Rutherford in 6th. Going to be Travis Carruthers in that number 7 spot, James Braswell in 18th, Daryl Bass in 8th, Daryl Bass in 9th. Going to be Carter in that number 10 spot, Brooks in 11th, Cameron in 12th. Going to be Channel in that number 13 spot, Goodwin 14th, Jonkman 15th, Ethan in 16th, Nichols 17th, and McLean in that number 18 spot. Wild race there for the super late models. Anybody in Discord? Nobody's in Discord, so that is going to be it for us tonight. We'll go see you next week at Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Charlotte for the big block modifieds. I don't remember where the supers are going to be, but we will be back next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys set that notification. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.